backing up from Madeline. How many, can you just raise your hand? How many of you are from Brexville? Okay, a lot of people. Rocky Heights? Great, okay, so we're pretty evenly divided here. So, not divided. You know, we need you. I can't stress enough how much we need you. So we've had numerous meetings with both cities, a few more meetings with Brexville, because we've gotten a little bit further with Rocky Heights. But we've had Madeline come, actually Madeline's met with us and Brian and Jen Roddick, and Mayor Allen in Broadview Heights, and she's also gone with us to meetings in Brexville. We have discussed exactly what she just talked about: equity statements, ordinances, proclamations. And what I continue to tell the leaders is this: it's a message. It may not be, you know, some legally binding document. We are very grateful to have a blanket ordinance in Cuyahoga County. But when you pass another one at the city level, what that says is that if something's happening to you when you're out, if something's happening and there's vandalism in your house, the police actually have to report that. They have to treat it as a possible hate crime because there's an ordinance in your city. So we are still asking for that extra layer of protection. But if we don't get that, okay, fine. So what we're saying is, we've gone ahead and drafted equity statements. We've drafted non-discrimination statements for both cities. And we've told the leaders, this sends a loud and clear message that the leadership says, we don't really want to tolerate hate in our town. Those have not passed in either city. We have a little bit of support. Well, we have support in Rocky Heights. We have not yet gotten support for that in Brexville at all. We need you. We need you to go to city council. We need you to write your emails. We need you to insist that they pass equity statements so that our leadership says we stand with a diverse population and we're willing to protect them. And we, as a city, believe fundamentally that these are our values as a city. So we really need you to speak out. We need you to go to those meetings. We need you to call. We need you to email and say, I really want you to pass this, and I know you have received a draft, because they both have, okay? So I wanted to say that little piece. The other thing is, I know we're all feeling very powerless right now. We're feeling like, you know, whatever happens over the next 4 years is going to be thrust upon us, and you know, we've heard some scary things. And the only way for us to take that power back is to run. We realize now, based on the election results, and some people were surprised when I just said this tonight, we are purple, okay? We are very much purple, right? Kamala Harris lost by 150 votes in Brexville. That should shock you, and it should also, it should inspire you, but it should also cause you great concern. Why is our leadership fairly weighted to one side? Okay, it should not be. We should have diverse mindsets. We should have diverse leadership. And all of the people, whether you are black, brown, LGBTQ, trans, gender fluid, I don't care what, you should see yourself in your leadership. When you go to city council, you should not see a bunch of, sorry Brian, white, cisgendered men sitting up there. You need to see yourself, okay, represented. The only way is for you to step up. So I know I've got a good sized crowd. We don't have the whole city here, but what that means is this: if you know somebody, talk to them. School board elections are coming up again. Okay, we're gonna have city council all the time, right? You got to talk to people and motivate them and say, I think you'd be great. I think you'd represent us. We need more and more people to not only run, but then a whole bunch of people to get behind those people. All right, we want to start seeing ourselves. Okay, so that's what I have to say about that. So since Amanda couldn't be here, I'm just going to really briefly touch on some of her points because I think this is surprising. One more thing, I want to see a show of hands. Who either owns your own business or you have a very vested interest in the success of your company? Okay, excellent. So what I think a lot of people don't realize, and and one of the reasons why we really want to launch this Welcoming Merchant initiative is that diversity, in the merchant workplace and commerce is extremely important, and it's critical to success. And we know that. We know that it increases the workforce itself, it increases the talent pool, and it boosts sales. So Amanda is the executive director of Plexus, which is an allied chamber. I went back to one of her other presentations she did because I loved what she had to say there. I pulled in a little bit of that too, along with what she gave me. I want to just tell you some of this. First of all, I think we all know, given TikTok Shop and a bunch of other things, that Gen Z and millennials are major consumers. Okay, they have buying power. And a 2023 Gallup poll showed that 20% of Gen Z identifies as LGBTQ. 10% of millennials. Okay, and they have buying power. The conservative estimate, and this is from Forbes, the conservative estimate is that LGBTQ plus buying power is $1.4 trillion annually. Okay, so we're shoppers. And again, people want to see themselves represented where they shop, where they eat, where they drink, where they do business. The problem is, 50% of all LGBTQ plus employees are reporting sexual harassment and discrimination in the workplace. Now, it may be illegal, they may have a blanket policy, right? But it's really insidious and easy to make somebody feel unwelcome. It doesn't mean you ask them what their sexual preference is and then say, well, you're not hired. Hey, they're hired, and then they're discriminated against. They're harassed. They're made to feel unwelcome. And so what happens? They leave, all right? And 2 million Americans leave their jobs annually, costing businesses $64 billion. Due to that, 4 out of 5 LGBTQ plus adults take one action to hide their identity in the workplace. 4 out of 5. That's horrible. So if 4 out of 5 people are hiding themselves, they're not being their authentic selves, how productive do you think they're being? They're not. So, given all that information, it seems like a foregone conclusion, right? Oh, well, we need to be diverse, and we need to embrace a diverse population, whether they're walking their door to spend money or they're getting employed by us. Except that's not what's happening, right? People are getting more and more comfortable expressing their views, whether online or directly to other employees. 2 in 3 small businesses say that it's a good idea to publicly share beliefs on social media and on social issues, such as LGBTQ plus issues, and racial justice, and crime and policing. Now, whether that's positive or negative, 72% say they're okay with losing customers because they support the LGBTQ plus community. Now, that's a great number. LGBTQ plus protections benefit everybody. It benefits business performance, startup businesses, and a 2019 study found that for every additional right brought forth for sexual minority persons in a country, there was a 320 increase in GDP per capita, or about 3% of average GDP per capita. A couple things. The handout that Madeline was talking about, the new Equality Ohio document, we actually have 20 of those printed in the back. Now more than ever, you might want that. You might want to start, thinking about what do I need to do, what do I need to get in order. I got a lot of phone calls and emails and direct messages in the last week saying, I need to figure out what to do. I'm scared. I need to, what should I do? And we have some basic tips as far as getting, ID and passport and things like that. But we, as I said, we don't know yet. We're not positive what's going to happen. So before there's panic, let's just try to be realistic and support one another. So we do have those documents that can help with that. And we actually have another document too back there that Erin has printed for us that was very helpful. I worked through that myself. Again, tips that you're going to want to keep in mind moving forward. So please do take those with you.